and started having some aches around my heart. Well, I started putting the device in my shirt pocket. And then in the evenings when I go to bed, we've got a pillow top on our mattress. And I would put the device, I'd put it in a sock under the pillow top. So when I'd lie down, it was in very close proximity to my heart. And guess what? After 2 weeks, I had no more pain.
Hey, Wayne, thanks so much for coming to spend some time with me today.
Nice to be here, Tracy. I'm excited about this program, and been using the device for about 4.5 months. So I believe in it.
That's awesome. So can we start off by sharing a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Yeah. Prior to coming to QHS, to be honest with you, I felt pretty good, but from a hereditary perspective, I knew that I had some symptoms. Because of that, I felt that I had some issues that I really couldn't do a lot about. But yet at the same time, I'm always researching stuff, and knew about Nikola Tesla and knew about people in the churches hundreds of years ago using large bells, various frequencies and stuff for healing. So when I heard about this on a forum, I thought, because I got a stent in my heart in 2009, had prostate cancer, 2019, went through radiation treatments. Who knows what that radiation did? And I know that from the stent in my heart that I've got hardening of the arteries. My dad died of a heart attack at 59. So,
wow.
So I've got a lot of reason to, not that I've got tons of money, but for the cost versus the benefit versus potential benefit compared to what medical costs are today, I mean, to me, it was a no-brainer to give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So you got your device 4.5 months ago, and then what have you noticed?
Well, I guess probably the first thing I noticed was when I go to bed at night. I mean, I've always had a hard time going to sleep, and I sort of somehow it had a calming effect where I could go to sleep easier. And that was, and at first I thought, is this a placebo, or is this, is this real, or am I just faking myself out? And but then I found out it was real, to the point that I misplaced it one evening, and I almost had a panic attack. Not wanting to go to bed without it. So guess what? I ordered a second one as a backup, so if I lose it. So I haven't received that yet, but anyway.
Well, the good news is the shipping is going out now. I mean, I got a notification that my white device shipped, so we are on the roll.
That's great.
Yeah, 3.5 times the output.
Yeah, that's exciting. But
yeah. So you better sleep. What else?
This is one thing, and I didn't talk about it a lot. I've mentioned to it in a couple forums, but I don't want to scare people to death, and I'm not recommending this, but I'm a little bit of a rebel, so I said, okay. I had started having some aches around my heart. Yeah. I was concerned with that, but the hospital that everyone recommended in the area sort of into a scandal as to how they dealt with COVID patients. So I thought the last thing I want to do is go there, even though I've got a good cardiologist. I thought I don't want to get caught up in that. So I, instead of putting the device in I started putting the device in my shirt pocket. And then in the evenings when I go to bed, we've got a pillow top on our mattress. And I would put the device, I'd put it in a sock under the pillow top. So when I'd lie down, it was in very close proximity to my heart. And guess what? After 2 weeks, I had no more pain.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like I said, I'm not telling anyone else to do that, but that was my situation. And I just, my blood pressure, everything is amazing. So even though I'm on medication, I'm getting ready to go in for a checkup, physical type thing. And that's why I went and got my blood test this morning. And I'm going to be grilling my doctor about getting off of meds after he sees the results. So.
Oh, cool. That's fun.
Anyway, and other things, I had, and I didn't expect this at all. As a matter of fact, I hadn't paid a lot of attention to it because as you get older, it's sort of like it is what it is. I'm trying to be active for exercise and stuff, but I had varicose veins in my legs, and it was more prominent around my ankles where I actually had some pretty good bulges. Guess what? They're gone.
I am so jealous. I still have mine.
Mine are gone.
Wow.
So another story I could tell you would be probably for 25 years, I've had random issues with my lower back. And just the other day, I'll do something stupid because I lift weights at the gym and stuff, and I'll try to push myself, and then my muscles will tense up. So the other day it was like that, and I went to bed. I was okay, but I woke up in the middle of the night and my back was killing me. But the device took it from my pillow, put it in a sock, slid it under the pillow top by my back. I was able to go to sleep, and the next morning I felt fine.
Wow, that's so smart that you do that. Good job.
Well, if it hadn't worked with my heart like it did, and I can't think of the man that runs the manufacturing facility, but he was talking.
Wade
was talking about putting those on each leg and stuff while he's getting ready for the triathlon. And it's like, I get it totally, because I feel like what I've done is somewhat similar to that. So
you just made me turn my device around. I was doing heavy deadlifts at the gym this morning. And then I went to the chiropractor, and he's like, L4, blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to spin it around to my lumbar. So thank you.
I mean, and I'll be honest with you, my wife sort of questions this, but I'm just I know what the results have been, and I'm very, very excited about it, and I feel like it's proved itself. And then when I call into these forums and people share, it's just like much more evidence.
Send her over to YouTube, Wayne, because that is where she can see over 100 testimonials from members and how they're feeling.
And there's a link to that on the website, on the Quantum website too.
Well, every day when you get a newsletter, there will be YouTube links on it and for different videos.
Okay.
So she might like that. And then I know what she's really going to like is in a very short time, everyone is going to be able to go into the QARC. Okay. So I don't know what program you are on. I'm guessing you're like me, an early or front runner. But we get to go to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I purchased the HHS, the home healing system.
Okay,
And
so you're
so
golden VIP, right?
I'm a golden VIP.
Awesome.
And so I'm very excited about the home healing system, and I'm very excited about seeing the early results from the QARC.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's I did enough engineering design and product validation. I'm a firm believer in a saying that an engineer told me a long time ago, and it's "In God we trust, all others we say, show me your data." So it's like, I'm going to do it, but I'd love to see some results.
Well, you're going to, because admin's going first.
Right.
And
right.
So that's all going to happen. And in yesterday's call, Cynthia said Dr. Alfredo and Wade and Dr. Alfredo's wife, and I would imagine Ron, they'll be going in before we even get there, I'm sure. So you'll be able to see all of that. And, you know, she said yesterday, testing before and after. So it's going to be, you know, a great project, and it will all be documented, as I'm sure you're aware of.
Right.
But what are you going to do, Wayne, with this 30-year-old body that's healthy and vibrant, but all this wisdom that you've accumulated through the years?
I just, it's when I went back part-time, people would say, you know, why are you doing this? And I'd talk about history, family history of Alzheimer's, but I also said, I'm giving back, because I was teaching younger people the ropes, how to do various things. Plus I was getting to travel the world too. So that was a good benefit. So, but no, it's, I'm excited. The way I found out about quantum is I use a lot of Telegram. I go to a lot of forums, and there was it's called Sovereign Redneck Renegade is the name of one of the forums, and lo and behold, that's where he mentioned it. So I clicked the hyperlink, and you know the rest of the story.
That's the video I saw. I saw a video with Elias, who is channel that is Cohen and Cynthia. And that's the video that got me to go, oh, I'm going to be a member. And I signed up right away.
Exactly.
Cool. But what are you going to do, Wayne, with a healthy 30-year-old body? What excites you about that possibility?
Well, probably the biggest thing that excites me is not to stick it in someone's face, but I would like to be encouragement for other family members to get involved and do it, because you go to the health club, I go to the health club, I bicycle, I walk, I do this and that. To cut to the chase, you'd think I was the son of the milkman, because my brothers and sisters are quite a bit overweight, of which I'm not. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but but in a 30-year-old body, I plan on traveling a lot more. When I go back to the Midwest, I'm going to ride horses a lot more and do stuff. I used to break horses to ride when I was a kid. So
wow, that's
started
fun.
riding at 5. So anyway, I'm a farm kid, so and enjoy going back and getting involved in that.
You know what's so funny is one of the things on my bucket list is to get a horse. I know
Oh,
that they can
really?
be really high maintenance because of, them getting hurt or sick or, all of that. And I'm like, I'm going to wait until I have the HHS so that if something goes wrong with them, then I can hook them up,
Yeah,
heal
yeah.
them fast.
That's good. I got to tell you a story. A year ago, my nephew who farms, brilliant individual, and he's just like solid muscle, not overweight. He's got perfect insane tone, muscle tone, but he they got a thoroughbred horse, and he'd ridden some, but he watched YouTube, and it's like, well, this is what you need to do. Well, animals can sense the individual. A dog, I don't care what it is. Well, he had the mentality, well, I'm going to show this horse what to do, but threw him off and broke his collarbone. And so anyway, about 6 months later, I went up there, spent time with the horse, groomed the horse, let it get used to me. And I rode it. And I said, I just wanted to calm it down so you'd be able to ride it. I drove him crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm an ornery guy. But
I love it.
I don't feel my age at all now. When I think about being 30, I just wonder how people are going to react. Do you think the same thing? It's like, what are people going to do?
I don't think about it because I don't really care. Most
Yeah,
people I know think I'm a little out there anyway. So this is just gonna,
yeah,
add to it. And we're gonna be the ones that lead the pack, right? But soon it's gonna be like, everybody's gonna know about it. Everybody's gonna want to participate, At least that's
and
my
then
thoughts.
the list is going to be a mile long. I mean,
Well, we'll be building more and more and more. I mean, it just takes money, right? So the more people who find out about it, the more money we'll have, the more we'll be able to build. It will just snowball like that.
right. So,
It's
but
exciting, right?
it, I feel so very blessed to have gotten involved in this, and it's totally exciting. I really wonder how that monetarily they can have the doctors and this and that to check us out before we go through. I don't know if there's going to be associated expenses with that or not, but it is what it is. If I'm going to back up in age by 40 years, it's got to be worth something.
Oh yeah, it's going to be worth a lot. One
Exactly.
person, I mean, we have just the sky's the limit, and we are here to help others, like you mentioned, see the light and know that they have options. And
Exactly.
this, I think, is going to take over, from a lot of mainstream medicine. So,
Oh, I absolutely do. And the reason I ask you about the Alzheimer's and stuff, my cousin that has that, his mom's 90, doesn't have any problem at all. I just went up there this spring and visited him, but he's got a sister and her husband. She was a vet, and he was an optometrist. So I know if I start to recommend this stuff, they're going to question me a lot. So I almost want to go through the QR before I really start sharing a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. They're just into all the dogma.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, they're so attuned to the medical fields. I think they're going to push back until they see something shocking.
Yeah, that's okay.
And-
You know, they just weren't there. I always tell people, I always say that people who I told about these things that we all know about and they don't take advantage of it, they just weren't called to do it yet, you know? So that we were, thankfully. So pretty
Yeah.
soon they'll see and they'll get on board. I can only imagine.
Right. I feel so blessed, and you know, sort of like an old Christian song, "Why me, Lord?" But thank God it's me, type
Yeah.
thing.
Yes,
But,
exactly. Well, will you come back and do part 2 post QArc?
sure. My hair used to be dark brown, so who knows? Who
You
knows?
can't believe how many I've interviewed several guys. Oh wow, yeah. Very handsome. But I've seen guys already just with the device, the personal device, their hair's being darker. They'll show me like the back of their head and it's already growing in dark. Just 2 guys last week. Yeah, seriously.
Are they
So
starting to, you know, my hairline's receding now. I wonder if they're starting to get new growth on the front or whatever.
yeah, I don't know, but everything's going to happen with QArc, I'm sure. So
Yeah,
it's exciting. Well, Wayne,
exactly.
thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today. It's been a pleasure hearing your story.
Well, thank you, Tracy. It was wonderful. And just like you said, this is my giving back to let people realize this is the real McCoy. It's not something, it's not a placebo, it's not a make-believe. There's a lot of positive outcomes of this. And I think that new device being stronger, we're just going to get quicker results. So
Yeah, indeed. I look forward to that.
that's great. Well, thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, my friend. And I'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.